Turn that shit off. Fucking annoying.
Well. We are back again. Excuse me, for another episode of oh shit, knocking shit over. My bad. Horror Research 30. We're back and talking some more Resident Evil and some more Underworld. And I am glad to be back again talking about these films. Because guess what? I didn't have a terrible time with these movies.
No.
Neither one of them. I did not have a bad time with either one of these movies. I actually had a good time with both of these movies. Well, I won't say good. I'll say
they're watchable. You're expecting trash, but you're like, they're not bad.
Definitely watchable. What's good, Grandizer? Happy to be back. Happy to be here. Happy to have you back here on the crime scene with us. But yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll say I had a good time with them. I'll say I had a good time with them. Was good, man. Was good.
Oh, man.
Because like, again, I'm speaking more so on Resident Evil, which we can kick it off with that one. But it's better. It's more entertaining than I expected. I'm not expecting it to be a good movie, but it's more entertaining than I expected it to be, which I'm happy about that.
But you see how I told you they're starting to slip into cheesiness?
Yeah. I mean, they were since the first one, but yeah, even more so. They're doing even more and more.
Because now she got psychic powers and shit.
But
also, you've seen the clones.
The CGI, the clones.
Yeah, the CGI, man. You know what do you expect? I don't know. I treat. You know what I treat it? If the Sci-Fi Channel made Resident Evils.
That's a good way of putting it.
Because you know how I feel about the Sci-Fi Channel and their CGI. They either do it like this or they do over the top.
That's a great point, actually. That is a great point. And I don't hate sci-fi. I do enjoy sci-fi.
I'll watch them. They're just ridiculous. You're like, Jesus Christ, the CGI is so fucking bad.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, it's still the early 2000s at this time. It's still the early 2000s.
Yeah, these ones, yeah, you're right.
It's mid to early 2000s, so it's like you're expecting it to be what it is. And then I don't know what the budget was, but still, excuse me, it wasn't, a grandiose, beautiful type of thing with the CGI.
Especially after you're onto the third one. Like if the second one didn't hit as much, then you're like, the budget can lower a little bit.
I can say between 1 and 3, I feel like it may have gotten a little bit. Well, no, because they had that cheesy ass laser in this one again, and the same diced up pieces with no blood. No,
see what I mean? No blood. Yeah, it drives me.
Even though wouldn't it cauterize it or whatever? I feel like there'll still be something. There'll still be
there'll be something.
Droplets.
There'll be something nasty. It's not going to do that perfectly.
Like that.
That's a thing they should do on Mythbusters.
It was like I don't even know if that comes on anymore. It was like they cut through like I want to say almost like clay.
Mm-hmm.
And then speaking of those lasers, how come in this one it cuts through that creature or whatever, the zombie thing, whatever, and then it stops like right in front of her? Remember that when she like
because the system shut it down because she was helping the computer, the AI.
Oh,
that's why. Remember the girl, the new little girl that's the program said Alice. That she was like, Alice, if you help me, I'll let you blah blah blah. She goes, I trapped him in the lower sector because he went through and he killed everybody in Umbrella that mutated the doctor. But she locked him down in the lower level, so she let Alice in. So when it came to that room, the computer turned the lasers on. Mm-hmm. Then when because Alice was like, we'll die together. She didn't know it was going to stop, but the computer stopped it. It was their deal. Like, you're survived. Thank you.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I overlooked that part, I guess, somehow, or missed it, I should say. Because I'm like, why the hell did that stop? And it was something that I remember. I was like, I got to bring this up tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah, because Alice was said to it because it's a different girl. She goes, yeah, I knew your sister. And she goes, that was a prototype, blah, blah, blah. Her job was to make sure nothing left. And this program is different.
Got it. Got it. 80s horror, man. What's good? How's it going, man?
How's it going?
Hope all is well.
Thanks for joining.
Appreciate you. Now, what would you give this as a rating, James?
Like I said, it's not horrible. It's watchable. I don't match it with the game. I separate them. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Give it a 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Because nothing like from the last one. I don't know why I gave the last one maybe a 6 also.
Yeah.
The reason is because
you gave it a 5.
Because okay, I thought I did give it a 6, but okay, so this one is a little bit better to me. But they're not like skyrocket better. It's not like, oh shit, finally they got their thing going. It feels like it's the same type of flow.
And that's how I'm honestly I'll say I'm with you on that one. So the first one I gave a 4.5, and then the next 2 and 3 I gave a 5 for these 2 films. And
yeah,
I agree. It's around, for me, it's around like that, right? As of right now, it's around like that 4.5 to 5 range. I mean, for the first 3, you could say 5. Like, it's say 5 range.
I have a feeling by the time we're done with all of them, if you average my score, I think it's going to be a 5.5. Because I can't see any of them go over 6.
Mine will probably be a 5 then, because I don't see any of them going over probably a 6 as well. I mean, I could be wrong.
I never know. Yeah, it could be wrong because I think I didn't never seen the last one because I gave up on them. I was like, oh, they're getting cheesier and cheesier. I don't want to watch it.
You know, there's one that came out in 2021 as well, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
It's the
Raccoon City.
It's the remake. It's basically their reboot kind of situation going on.
Okay.
I think they also had animated ones, like Netflix has them.
Yeah.
They're probably better because you know how animation's better than fucking
live action 9 times out of 10. Yeah. It is. Look at DC movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
But yeah, so she's so okay. So let me get this out of the way. You're like, where's Valentine? She was in the last one with that dude when they escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her last name Valentine. Yeah, Jill. So I had to look it up. I go, wait a minute, did I miss the wrong movie? Where? Because the main girl's supposed to be fucking Valentine. So I looked it up, and it said that she didn't come back because she was clashing. She was doing the movie Aragon.
Oh shit!
So they roll her off for the moment, and they replaced her with Claire, the convoy leader, the one who rallied up everybody, and they ran into them. I guess at some point they're like, "Hey, we'll help." Then that dude became second command, but Claire don't like Alice. She don't trust Alice because she knows Alice even said it. If she's in the open too much and she's around people, they pinpoint her. They find her because that's what that eye thing at the end of the last movie where he activated Project Alice.
Yeah,
it was a satellite. It was like a tracking device to keep her like
to see where she was. Yeah.
But she's evolving. Like that crow thing with the fire, with the psychic powers. But if she uses too much, it knocks her out. She passes out. That's why she didn't go full force against that fucking dude in the lab, the doctor, the mutated doctor. She basically knocked him back. But then he did it. He copied her. He's like, I got that shit too. Boom. Blew her through a fucking wall.
Damn, yeah, he did.
But so she's basically every movie she's upgrading. And am I the only one getting sick and tired of every movie she's waking up naked in a bathtub? Or I mean, like, what the fuck? Why are they just leaving her in the bath? Well, no, I'm wrong. That was the clones. They tested them because they're the same thought process. She woke up like, where am I? I know I'm Alice. And they wanted to see if she was smart enough, like the original, to get out of there. And they kept failing.
A lot of fucking clones too.
A lot of clones. That's why she said that. She goes, "Where I'm coming for you, and I'm bringing some friends." And the lights turned on. It was like hundreds of fucking Alice
Because no, just going back to the one scene that you were talking about a little bit ago, where she sees herself, like a bunch of herself, a bunch of clones just that failed to escape, that were just dead in that thing. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck?
So it took my theory away though, because remember I said they make clones. She might not even be the real one.
Yeah,
she is the real one because that's why the doctor still wants her for her blood. She has the perfect blood. So she didn't die. They just bring her. They just save her. They heal her. And they just let her do everything all over again. They're like, okay, let her go. Let's see if she fucks people up. We gotta see how perfect she is.
And it's such a crazy thing. But it seems a little realistic in the sense of like, if something like that works that great one time, you want to try to replicate it, like redo it, remake it, and you're gonna do whatever you can to do it. And shit, man.
I'm not 100% sure because I don't know what movie it is. I can't remember if it's the next one or not. When I was reading where did fucking Jill go, it said because of that movie, but I believe they said they bring her back.
Okay.
She comes back for one of the movies ahead. I don't know if it's the next one or the one after.
That'll be interesting. I
guess she got caught.
It's kind of weird that they didn't just give it a little time to bring Jill back.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It depends. Like that movie could have fucking bumped her popularity. They're like, hey, you want to do Aragon? You want? And she's like, yeah. Then Resident Evil is like, hey, you coming back for Jill? She's like, I can't. I just said this one. I agreed with this movie, and it clashed. The time frames, and they're never at the same location. Like Aragon could have been in Switzerland, Canada, and Resident Evil.
Not even that though. I mean, I'm sure it'd be hard to try to do, depending on the capacity of what your characters. But
yeah, the memorize.
I've never seen Aragon, so I don't know how much she was in that movie. But
I've seen the cartoon. I don't know if she did the. No, because I think the live action one came afterwards, right?
I couldn't even tell you.
I think Aragon was a cartoon one, I believe, or I could be wrong. I might be mixing up with How to Train a Dragon. I don't fucking know.
But back to RE, Resident Evil. This guy said How to Train a Dragon. Fucking James, man.
So the main dude gets bit.
Always getting fucking bit.
Why is it fucking every character that knows how it works out? Like it's a main character, they get bit and they hide it. You know what's going to happen, dude. You're changing. You're going to kill everybody around you.
And yeah, it's the
same.
He
thinks he's going to be special and fucking hide it. Like, oh, I'm going to be all right.
Only the first one, Paul.
Twilight. That's all I can say about that one.
Only the first one.
Fucking sparkly vampires, and then you got oversized dogs.
That's as far as I can get.
Get the fuck out of here. I hate Twilight. Then you got Jacob who falls in love with a fucking newborn baby. That's pedophile. It's going Drake mode.
Allegedly. Well, James would, but still.
But the main guy gets bit towards the end before they go out and break into the base. So he goes, it's too late for me. She goes, we'll get the antidote. He goes, it's too late because he already got healed once with the antidote.
Mm-hmm.
And he's turning too fast. And he knows that. He's coughing up blood. So he's like, it's too late. So he sacrificed himself, made a living bomb with a tanker.
Oh, yeah.
And they made it seem like it was going to be like more than it was. But he basically blew a path where they can get through. It wasn't like all the zombies died or anything. It was just a big boom. Anything close to the tanker got blown back or blown apart.
Look, it helped.
No, it helped. It got him in. That's what the whole goal was, Alice, to get in there.
So you got to give him that. It helped. He sacrificed himself.
Part of me feels like she could have done a better job if she just used her psychic power.
Maybe not. No, they'll be on
the next round.
Next theme. We're gonna be doing
yeah, they're not doing the Resident Evil's Underworld
animated.
Mick retired from those. I guess that's why he made the joke. I don't know if it's real or not. He just didn't want to watch him again. And Trevor has his shit going on at the moment.
Yeah, he's working on some things behind the scenes.
They'll be back though.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Oh yeah. And you can still see Mick on the scene, snobs.
The knowledge people, you know.
Yeah, they'll be back
Uncle
though.
Trevor, the professor.
Professor T, aka Uncle T. Yep.
Yep, they'll be back.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So it's just me and Aaron for these movies, unless someone wants to come on at some point.
Yeah, unless they may dive in here and there, but we'll see. We'll see.
So that mutated thing, I believe that's from a movie too, because I remember those tentacles. From the video game. The doctor.
Yeah. You said you remember from one of the games?
No, he don't. We're trying to get him to do it. Trevor don't have a YouTube channel. He has Ambassador Radio. I think he just posts a lot of like he talks like music and stuff.
Music and horror and stuff, yeah.
But he could be working on it. That could be the project he's working on. Maybe he's getting things together to do YouTube. You never know.
That'd be dope.
It would be cool. We're trying to get him to do it though.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. Resident Evil Extinction came out in 07. 07.
I'm trying to think of any main scenes. Oh, they foreshadowed. I was sitting there. I was like, "Why is the crows eating the zombies and they're not turning, but the dogs turn, right?" But then we find out they're eating them, and it takes time. They're starting to go mad. Their eyes are turning red. So they were turning, and there was a swarm of them flying and fucking them up. Fuck that whole convoy up.
I did like that. Like I liked how they used the dogs in this, and I like how they used the
She tied them all up, wrapped them in fucking.
I like how you use the animals in this.
Yeah, it's like the game, man. I don't know about the crows, but the dogs are like every game. The newer ones, did they have dogs chasing you?
Part 7, no, but it's
that's shocking. Zombie, they're zombie dogs.
Exactly. In the movie, zombie dogs.
Like all their skins peeled off, they're red. You can see like the veins and everything.
Yeah, they didn't look too bad, in my opinion. They
look pretty cool. They had to do it for the dogs though to make them like that. They explained it to the first one, I understand, because you know how they're going through the cell and they're tearing their flesh off.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're thinking like the ones they got here, why is their flesh off? They didn't go squeeze through bars, so they should be looking like regular dogs or something, right? No, but I like how they kept the look though. I like how they kept the same look.
Yeah, you want to keep that kind of look, and it kind of pays how much to the game, because you are calling it Resident Evil, so you got to do something. Yeah. You know.
No, the zombie dogs are pretty cool. I like.
But no, as I say, I think they did a pretty good job with the dogs and with the birds and how they attacked and how annoying they could be and how frustrating they could be. All that shit.
What would you do if you seen all those birds? It looks like there was like 1,000 birds, crows.
I don't know. Am I outside? How far am I from my house?
Say you're in the bus.
In the bus.
In that bus.
I ain't getting off the bus then.
Yeah, I won't get off either. But they're starting to break the glass and shit.
I'll figure.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because then they get out and they're running. How did not one bird hit one of them when they're getting out running, shooting a gun? A gun, you don't have bird shot. You're not hitting like 5 at a time.
You're right.
So it's funny though, because they get out there, go, we gotta get out of here, and they're ducking and they're like running, like the birds are attacking, but none of them's touching them. but they fucked up the ones in the van in the bus. Yeah,
well, I mean, enclosed area. If you're stuck in a small enclosed area,
hey, they saved all the kids though. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if this is her first movie or not. I don't know if she did Disney or anything before that. Wasn't that Emily Osment? The teenage girl. Kmart. It might be. I don't know if it was her first movie though. Let me see.
Who'd she play?
Kmart. Because they found her there. Oh no, it's not. She looks like her. It's Elizabeth Jane Case. She looked like Emily Osment.
I forgot Ashanti was in this movie.
Yeah, she's she was the medic who's banging the cab driver.
Yeah.
JJ, what's his name?
LJ, Mike Epps.
LJ, there you go.
This guy said JJ.
I knew that motherfucker was gonna get bit when he went solo.
Mike, it was a matter of time. He had to have some fun and some funny in it, and then they got him. It was a matter of time, James. We all knew it was going to happen, yeah. But he was a fun character for the film.
No, he was
for the films because he was in 2,
and it looked like he upgraded some too. Like he's not just a cabbie and jokey. He acted like he like they said. What, I forgot how much time went by. 6 months or something.
Like a few years.
Yeah, a few years. Yeah. So he got more like survival. It was like. He's
he had to because the way the world was at the time, the way it was turning to, it was like
that was crazy, man. Everything like the desert took over Las Vegas. You had the fake Statue of Liberty sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what will really happen. That's what's crazy about these movies. Like if it happened and there's no people, like they said, getting the sand cleaning the city, the wind and everything brings sand. It'll just keep piling up.
With certain stuff, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, a lot of stuff will reset and grow back and be all fresh, and you know how clean the earth would be if it wasn't for us.
I know. I think that's why the world's resetting right now to get us out of here. They're like, you're fucking me up. Get out. So the main goal of this movie, of course, Alice to take down Umbrella.
Yeah, of course.
That fucking corporation. But the second part, the convoy, they're driving around trying to find a place where there's no zombies, a safe haven. Alice finds a notebook on the ground in a gas station that says Alaska is isolated. They're not there yet. It's too far up north. Mm-hmm. So when they broke into that thing, the main goal was to get that helicopter. He said, we're not driving. She let them get on the helicopter and she stayed behind. And they're like, what are you doing? She's like, because Alice is like, I'm going to go fuck them up. But if she knows if she's with them, they're going to track them. So she went solo again. She says, see you later. Just get out of here. Be safe. So they went flying towards Alaska. And she went into the base. Didn't have to fight people because the doctor killed them all. She just had a one-on-one boss battle.
It wasn't an easy one. That you were saying that like it was just her fighting.
Boss battles are never easy.
A putty. Yeah, I went back to Power Rangers. A putty. Yes, I said it.
Honestly, I was expecting, because from the last one they had that fucking other mutated one, Nemesis. I thought she was going to go in the base and they released like they had 2 more. Like she was going to fight bigger zombies. I thought she was going to have to fight like multiple of those things to get to the mutated boss dude, the doctor.
No.
Oh, by the way, cheesy, bad CGI holograms for the meetings.
Yo.
So bad. They were glitching. Even if they were making that on purpose, making them glitch, but it looks so bad.
That's what do you say? Just saw a documentary yesterday where a professor said humans are pushing for another mass extinction, not as fast as a meteor killing off the dinosaurs, but
it can be if we go into a nuke war,
which killed off life in there.
Yep, I agree. There's nice people, there's good people, but even the good people were destroying the earth.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Me too, Grandizer. I feel like the great dying. And I call that depression.
This guy.
But yeah, so that was the whole, basically the gif of the mission for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now they set up for the next one. She has the clones. She's going to them. So she's going to use their computers and everything, try to find their base. Where it might be in another country because everybody was hologram from different areas. I don't know if she got to go to Europe. I don't know if I don't know.
That'll be
New
interesting.
York. Maybe she has to go to New York. I don't know.
That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting.
So we'll find out the next one.
And like, I don't want to lie to you guys and say I'm excited for these films coming up, but I will say I am looking forward to them. I wasn't kicking it off, but I am looking forward to them. Speaking of
Yeah,
Resident
they're
Evil,
not as bad. Like I'm not dreading it. Like, oh man, I gotta watch those fucking movies.
I thought I was with the first one, but after I watched the first one, I was good. And I'm like, okay, you know
Yeah,
what? I can look forward to these next ones because they're not bad.
yeah.
They're decent. For me, it's worth like I said, this is my first time watch. It's worth at least a one-time watch all the way through, maybe even 2 times for some people, and then just say you did.
Unless you're a hardcore Resident Evil fan and you
Yeah,
love
or
these movies, you love the game, you like the animated, you watch everything Resident Evil.
and I know there's some fans that are just like that, and I respect
Oh
that
yeah,
too.
100%.
I respect that too.
They just like the story of it. A fucking corporation that's so powerful that they got underground labs and shit making weapons.
Yeah, I'm sure it's that,
So,
and I'm sure it's that people just appreciate, like that are diehards like that. That it's like, oh shit, they made a movie, even though it's not like how it is with the game, but they still made a movie, all that fun shit. Which, hey,
mhm,
be happy about it. Be happy about it.
exactly.
All right.
Yep.
I don't have too much more to say about Resident Evil.
No,
And
well,
I'm gonna
that's the thing. These are simple. Go through the story. Nothing like
really
you got.
stand.
You got to think, break
Yeah,
down a lot.
but
It's like a straightforward action movie.
let's dive into Underworld.
Underworld.
Part three.
Now, Underworlds to me is
Before,
a
hang on,
better.
hold that. Let's dive into our early ratings just so we can
Okay.
talk
I'm gonna
through.
give. I'm gonna give this Underworld a 7.
Uh, I'll give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. Okay.
I like how they told the story of Lucian and everything. They did the prequel. What
Yeah.
started the war?
So this is my second go through with these with the wife. She's watched them I don't know how many times, but what I was gonna say is I really did enjoy this one too. I really enjoyed the story and stuff. This third one, if you've never, I'm gonna say this right now. If you've never seen Underworld films, if you really wanted to, you can start with Rise of the Lycans and then go with part 1 and part 2.
Yep.
And
Because this goes
because
back and
this
explains.
is a definite prequel. This is 100%
Yeah,
prequel.
it's back
Either
in like
way, you're
fucking
gonna get
almost
either way you're gonna
medieval
get the
times.
story. But I feel like I honestly feel like if you go back, and maybe I'll do this down the road. I'm not gonna say I will. I'm not gonna say I will 100%, but we'll see. But I feel like if you were to start from part 3, if we were to start from part 3, if we would have known this and then watch part 1 and 2, I think
Watched them in order. Yeah.
in that order, if we would have known, may have liked them each a little bit better. Because you're getting that you're having that backstory right there already. So then when they kind of briefly discuss it in part 1, you already know the whole backstory. So then you actually get to see the death of Lucian's the love of
Wife.
his
I
life,
would love her. Victor's daughter, Sonia.
Victor's daughter. Yeah, Celine, right? No, that's
Sonia. Sonia.
Sonia, because Celine's the new girl.
But
Chick.
the main reason they killed her because Victor, she was pregnant. He didn't want the mix of the bloodlines. Because he said that to her. He goes, if you didn't say that, you would have just been punished in a certain way. You wouldn't die. Because she said she was pregnant, he didn't want that abomination. So he sacrificed his daughter. And
Yeah.
it showed a little bit in the bedroom where he's leaning against a pole, like he regretted it, but part of him feels like I had to do it, or the nobles and everything are going to turn on him.
Yeah.
So he had to do it in a way. But Victor is a dick.
Oh,
Victor, he rides on fear. He's like big and powerful, but he's afraid to be overthrown or the coven to get killed. Because he knows how powerful the werewolves are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Especially the new breed that he let stay. He's the one that caused it all. Because they were all like slaves. They were like a beast. And that one werewolf, when they had a baby, it was a human. This is where they mutated, where they're not savage beasts, where they're like vampires. I could be humanized.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
That's
then
why I started calling them.
transform.
That's why I started calling them Lycans because
That's why they
they could
started calling
turn
them
back.
Lycans. Yes,
They were saying they
exactly.
could change back into human whenever they wanted to,
Yep,
or something,
yep.
right?
And they protected them during the day while they slept
Mm-hmm.
because of the sun. So
Yep.
the werewolves are all slaves
To the
working on
vampire.
mines, and they were guards for the vampires. Lucian was Victor's number one. He raised the kid as his number one pet dog, kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
He was favored. He had more free range until he disobeyed him by taking the collar off.
Yep. When he made that
Oh,
key.
yep.
Yeah, this one honestly, this one was one of the this one so far. This was probably the best one, I would say.
You're still not liking the look of the werewolves, though, right? They're a little off, kind of.
I'm not crazy about the look of the
I
werewolves.
think it's the nose. I think if they made the nose longer, I think they would look
Maybe,
better. But they're
maybe,
kind of they're kind of almost pudgy. It's like they start going long, but then they go like a ball at the tip.
yeah.
They're kind of weird.
I mean, maybe they get better within a few movies. Maybe
Maybe, yeah,
because we
you're
get
right.
into the 2010s.
I
with
can't
these.
remember.
I think they go up to 2016 or 17. So
Yeah.
skipping a few years.
What else? So this is the prequel. They're explaining the war. Lucian gets punished, whips, and he gets thrown into prison. He gets all the prisoners on his side, all the slaves. He breaks
Which was
free.
cool as shit. Like that
Yeah.
was cool because it was like they
Made a
seen what
revolt.
he did, they seen what he went through, they seen what he was going down for. So then they're
Yep.
just
And
like,
they seen how he sticks up for the other ones.
yeah. And
So
he's
they're like, we can trust him. What's crazy is though, I know he went to the cave. They all listened to him, the savage ones.
yeah.
But I'm like, why did they listen to him? I was like, where's William, the original werewolf? Because you know how there's William and
Lucian, yeah,
Marcus. Marcus
yeah.
is the vampire, and William, they're twin brothers, but
Mhm.
one's a werewolf and one a vampire.
Yeah.
Because William went mad, he changed into the werewolf, and you can't change back. They didn't have that ability yet. They weren't evolved, so he was
Yeah.
just a big fucking powerful werewolf.
So he
Where
was
was
already
he in this movie? Did they catch him already? Maybe, and they sealed him.
Did they kill him or did they already kill him?
No, they didn't kill. This is a prequel. They kill him in the last movie.
Oh, I don't know.
So I was like, where the hell's William in this? I was like, he's supposed to be the leader of this pack. He's one who created them all.
Mm-hmm.
They must have caught him and they locked him up already. It had to be.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, there was like a lot of them too. There was like hundreds of those.
The werewolf. Yeah, because remember when they were going to battle him?
Yeah.
Because they were trying to protect the humans, and what was it, Lucian, right? Yeah, Lucian went out there and called them back. He's like, "Yo, get back," because there was tons of them, hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Underground.
Then he transformed and started howling and everything, like barking. I call it barking, but growling at them, and they all backed off. They're like, "Okay, we'll listen to you."
He's speaking. What's good, Troy?
What's up, Troy?
What was I gonna say? Too? Well, you know, another thing that was really cool was so a lot, like some of the prisoners, like I remember like the bigger black dude with the deep voice.
Yeah, he was human until, and he was afraid. He was like, "You're a beast like him," but then he was like, "But you're human-ish." So he started like liking Lucian slowly.
Yeah, because he wasn't mean or like evil. He wasn't like evil or whatever. But
yeah, because he said I heard stories because he was thinking of the regular werewolves where you can't turn back to human.
Yeah,
he goes, they're monsters. He goes, but you're not like them. He goes, no, I'm like. He explained it to him, and he's like, are you afraid of me? Lucian said that to him. He's like, yes. He's like, don't be.
Mm-hmm.
So he befriended him right there. He's like, hey,
yep,
we're cool. And he was in the last one. He was his like right hand man.
No, I was gonna say it was cool to see like where that grew to from.
Yeah, they were best
friends.
First
3 movies going from 3 to 1 to 2, and it's
basically
like
they became best friends. Went hundreds of years together.
Yeah.
Because that was more modern times. This is medieval times. So they're together for a long ass time.
Hell yeah. Which is like, holy shit. Like where they brought it to, where it came to, how it connects. And I understand like why part 1 is part 1 and part 2 is part 2 and part 3 is part 3. Because you got to get the 2 to really draw you in there. Then part 3 can be the one that tells that story that they keep kind of briefly discussing in part 1 and part 2. You go deep diving in part 3.
I think that's why they did it. I'm sure that when they explained it, like the flashbacks in part 2, people are probably like, wow, that's a good story. So they were probably like, oh, we're
from
going to
1
do a
and
prequel.
2, there was a lot of things from 1 and 2, and then they finally just threw it all together in part 3.
Yeah, they're like, we got to make a movie. We got to do a prequel. We got to explain the story because it is a good story.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It
I do like that folklore crazy shit. I like how they had it where the werewolves were the vampires' guards until they revolt and said, fuck that, I don't want to be slaves no more. Then they turned into a big war for centuries. Werewolves versus fucking vampires.
And they actually fought, which I loved.
They fought too.
Like,
even though back in medieval days, I don't know if people knew martial arts. You seen roundhouse kicking, flipping over fucking people. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? What kind of fighting styles that shit? That wasn't invented yet. I don't think.
May have been,
I could be wrong. It could have been China.
It's
fucking medieval times could have been whooping it. I don't know.
It's an old art style. You got to remember there was samurai and shit back then.
Yeah, but I didn't think medieval times.
Listen, man. I could be wrong. I don't know when it started, but
they were actually doing like fucking roundhouse kicks, jumping, flipping in the air. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, more history books. That's all.
I laugh at those things. It don't bother me. Like I don't like it. It's not like I hate it or anything, but I just laugh at them. Like because I notice these things. I'm like, I don't think martial arts is back then, or they do something. I'm like, I don't think they even knew about that back then. You know, shit like that.
For some stuff, yeah. But they're vampires and werewolves too. So you gotta Lycan, not werewolves, Lycan. They evolved.
It's crazy how powerful Victor is though, because he's like pure blood. You would think he's dead. He didn't chop his head off. He just stabbed him through the head like a zombie kill, and Lucian thought he was dead. I killed him, but Victor's alive and kicking. He gets on that boat with the other elders, and they put him in his Iron Maiden chamber to sleep.
This is the prequel.
That's a pretty cool coffin, though. If you want to call it like a vampire coffin, they're metal. They look like Iron Maidens. They clothes, and it looks like a shape of a body in a way.
Nice. Hang on. You can keep going though, James. I'm gonna look up what is it? Which one is this?
What the
Rise of the Lycan, right?
Rise of the Lycans, yeah. James, I like a little explanation myself. Not the whole. It's a movie. Just enjoy it. Something I just can't overlook. Yeah, I can't overlook it either. I just know these little things, and they make me laugh. And you tell yourself it's a movie. You know, it's make believe. They could put anything there. An alien could have shown up and just killed them all out of nowhere. You know, it's just part of the movie. But
alien,
and even the English language, like you're like they're saying words and shit. You're like, were those words even there back then? I noticed that stuff too. Like they're talking like modern day, like slang and shit that we do today. If it was some ancient form of martial arts that was in the region at the time, or the story said it was brought over from the Orient, but nah, exactly, nah. I don't think the vampires went to China and learned some martial arts and came back. Yeah, I realized that too, Grandizer. I'm 42. I never thought that. I used to watch movies and go, holy shit, that was bad. I've never even thought about, wait a minute, that don't fit in this time period. Now you get older, you start, it's more observation, and you just notice these, it's basically, I call it nitpicking. You notice these little things.
It's that plus fucking, we watch, how many fucking movies do we watch a year? You know what I mean? How many movies do we watch? At least at least 3 movies a week, let's say.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm the
So
type
it's
of
like,
person too. I find these things. So one movie, what was it called? There was like a stable scene where horses and shit. And the dude, one of the people who are taking care of the horses way in the back was wearing Levi jeans. There was no jeans back in the day in that fucking movie. Then there was a movie where someone left a Starbucks coffee or a Dunkin' Donuts
oh
coffee
no,
on the
that wasn't a
table.
movie. That was
Was that a show? Was that
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones? Yeah. So I noticed these little things. I'm like, wait a minute. They didn't have that clothes style. They didn't have this, but you just go with it. Don't insult my intelligence. That's true. That's why like certain movies you just have to turn your brain off, I guess. Don't try to be intelligent. Just go in there like just rewind yourself like as a 15-year-old son. You're like, oh, I want to see vampires kick ass or something. I want people to kill vampires and werewolves.
I would say around that, but with that part of like that mind of the entertainment part, but still like wanting the story, I guess. But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's times where I want like that crazy, but there's times I just want that crazy ass entertainment too, though. So I can't even.
Oh yeah, the old army movies where they use modern time English language and everything. You're right. That wasn't there. They didn't have certain words and how they say them
and stuff
and certain shit. So, but it will also make the movie kind of weird if they actually did like study how people talked in World War II and shit or Korean War, and everybody's just talking. You're like, what the fuck? I don't even know what you mean. What the hell is that?
They still have to translate it, but yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the language, like talking in Korean. I'm talking about the words they used. The grammar.
Got it.
Like if they went back then using that type of shit, you'd be like, what does that mean? What's that slang? I don't know even what that
oh yeah, okay. If you're watching from yeah. That time period, yeah. Damn.
So yeah, they do that a lot in a lot of old movies. They use modern grammar.
We got way off of this Underworld movie.
It makes us understand it more, I guess. They have to. Because books don't. They'll write it. If it's a book, they'll write it in like old English. But then you're stuck. It's like reading like fucking Shakespeare. Art thou blah blah. You're like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? What does he mean? What is art thou, milady, blah blah blah? You're like, huh?
All that old style shit.
Because I remember reading Romeo and Juliet, and I don't know, maybe 4th or 5th grade, and they had us break it down. What did this mean? What did Romeo mean when he said blah 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 to Juliet in the window? And you got to rate it. You're like, I don't know what the fuck he said. I didn't live there. I don't know. I don't know the freaking slang and how.
I didn't live there. Holy shit!
It's true though. It's true. Like I didn't mind the stories of the like Romeo and Juliet, the Shakespeare stories, but I hated the part where they tell you to break it down, all this shit. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to know the story. I don't really care exactly what he meant. We're not using it today. I'm not going around going art thou or thee. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, well, the lazy movies are because, and majority of the time is because they rush them, and budget. So they can't. They can't. I think every movie, honestly, unless you got big bucks and they let you go more than like 2.5 hours, that you can make not perfect but legit how you want it. Because I think when it comes down to it, they're like, oh, I want this. And they're like, we can't fit all this. You got to cut shit out. It's going to mess up the story. And they start hacking at it. Then the budget.
But that also does make it a better story, though, when you cut stuff out of it or cut stuff up. Because sometimes you have to. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's this movie that's a really good movie, a really good story. Or a very, like, I'll use one that's a very entertaining movie.
I heard that saying, giving one the business. I seen that in movies actually, like around in the 50s. You're right. Like, because it's like you're gonna give him the business. I mean, you're gonna like basically go kick his ass or something.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm giving the business.
James, get on the soapbox. Do it. You may pod. What? Kind of.
Shit. What was
I lost. I don't know what that one is. But what else about this movie? Then you got the vampires turning on each other, and it's all about power. So the one guy, he was like Victor's lackey dude. He wanted to be part of the council. So he didn't tell the secret of Sonia and Lucian, but they went to him. She was like, "What do you want?" He's like, "I want a seat in the council." So she was like, "So if I give you my seat, if I leave the council and you get it," and he was like, "I won't say nothing." So he helped Lucian escape. They made a deal. So there are also politics in it. It don't matter what you are, what species, the intelligence. If there is a democracy type situation, like there's a president, a leader, there's someone below them wants that power, and they will betray their own family to get that, because they did that back in the day. Brothers were younger brothers are killing the next in line for king to become king. So that shit happened back then. No one can be trusted. It's always
I mean, stuff
turning on each other.
Not well. Stuff is still like that, of course, to a different extent because we live in different times. But stuff is still like that to this day, which is crazy and sad. But it is nuts, like how fast they all turned on each other. You're like, holy shit, like that. Because you got to think about it too, where it's like, normally as like a normal, say like a human life, quote unquote, you'd be like, oh damn, you've been friends for about 15, 20 years, and you guys just fell out like that. And these motherfuckers like, yo, you've been friends for centuries. What the fuck?
And the thing is, that one vampire who turned on, I forgot his name, was jealous of Lucian, because when Lucian was the top, Victor's number one pet, he got more attention to it than he did, where he was actually Victor's, I'll call him assistant.
Yeah, but the thing is he wanted Victor's daughter too. I think he was also jealous of that. He was jealous because he wasn't.
I didn't see nothing where they clicked like he had a thing for Sonia.
He may have had. I don't know. I kind of feel like he had a thing for her, but he was jealous. He didn't like show it like physically because he couldn't. But like the way he would look.
I take more of a jealous, like you will sleep with a different species.
Also more anger like that.
Why aren't you staying with your vampires? Why aren't you're sleeping with a pet, basically, a dog?
I see what you're saying.
So it might be that. He's like, what the fuck? And that could be like a jealousy thing. Like you chose on your own kind, like me, for a dog.
Yep. She did.
Hey, maybe werewolf movies maybe that's where a lot of people get ideas with that peanut butter and dogs. They're like, hey, you're allowed to do that.
I don't think so, James.
They mix up. It's a movie, man. You can't really do that. You can't call your dog and make believe it's a werewolf, and you can sit there like, oh, you're part human too. You want some peanut butter?
I don't think that's how that works. Oh shit.
Oh, there was a lady got arrested multiple times by doing she posted shit like her dog, having sex with her dog. She got arrested or something. She ended up doing it again. Oh, it's like she was in love with her dog.
She shouldn't have animals.
No, it depends on the movie, because I know the only one I have a problem with 100% that I can't stand is Twilight. Vampires shouldn't be able to go in the sun and sparkle. They're supposed to burn and die. And werewolves are supposed to be up on 2 feet, human-like bodies. Twilight, they're oversized wolves, barking just like you've seen a pack of regular wolves in the woods. I do not like Twilight. Nothing about it. I hate Twilight.
He's pretty angry about that.
I seriously do. I hate Twilights, and I got a feeling one day we're gonna have to fucking review them because someone's gonna mention them, and they're gonna say we should watch those, and I'm gonna be miserable. I might retire.
I don't think it's gonna be a request for my wife because she's not really a fan of those movies anymore. So
yeah, because if you're okay, it might be because I'm a horror fan. Maybe it's people are not really into horror and watch a lot of vampires and they're like, oh, vampires can be nice also bad but human like, but they just have powers. You know, like no, vampires are supposed to be vicious killers, make more vampires or suck you dry. You know, shit like that. It's like, so it bothers me. Twilight bothers me a lot. But other than that, depends on the movie. Like the different versions, some are worse. I like where they get the costumes right, the special effects. Like the werewolves look badass. Vampires are always the same
for the most part. Yeah.
Usually, there is some vampire movies where their whole face mutates, like it wrinkles up and shit like that. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
This one, in Underworld, the vampires stay human-like. They just get the fangs and their eyes like
their eyes change,
turn like bright blue.
The eyes change. Fangs.
So yeah, but yeah, like the Dogman myth. Yeah, the cryptic, the Dogman. That's basically the true werewolf. Dogman people.
Dogman people. Ruff, ruff, ruff. James, what is your final rating for Underworld, my friend?
I'm going to stick with the what did I give it, a 7 or 6? 6. What did I give it? 7. Yeah, I'm
gonna stick with my 6.5 for this. I'm gonna stick with my 6 for this.
Now, I'm gonna say just like I did Resident Evil. I said Resident Evil probably will not go above 6. Any of them. I don't think any of the Underworlds are gonna go over a 7.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't think if they do get better, I think it's just gonna be like Resident Evil. I think it's gonna be the same level. Nothing's gonna stand out to make you want to go, damn, whoa, shit, this is awesome. 8. I think it's just gonna be like 7s, 6.5.
Okay.
If anything, maybe if anything,
maybe a 7.5.
7.5 is the highest.
Ooh, we'll see.
It might be rare. It might if it happens, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be 7 and unders.
Yep.
How many left?
3? I want to say. Hang on. We're on this one right now, right?
Yep. This is 3.
So, get this one for these 2.
Okay.
These 2.
Okay.
These 2.
Oh shit! I definitely didn't see Blood Wars or chapter final.
Final chapter.
The final chapter.
Final, what
it was
said,
like backwards.
Then the raccoon.
Yeah, it did. It was backwards. Yeah.
This is the last.
And see this one. Welcome to Raccoon City. Never seen it. I could be wrong. I think someone said it was like a reboot.
We'll see.
So yeah, we still got damn. Okay, we still got
we still got a few left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Maybe we have 4 more. So,
and Granddaughters, usually we'll go back with Twilight real quick. So Twilight, I watched the movie, first one. Fuck the rest. And I was like, this is horrible. Now you're thinking, people, you know how like Harry Potter, you watch Harry Potter, you're like, okay. And people are like, oh, the books are way better. So my sister liked Twilight. She liked Harry Potter. So I go to her and I go, hey, is the book better? She goes, yeah. I was like, so how much of it did they put in the book? I was like, does the vampire sparkle and all that? She goes, yeah. I'm like, garbage.
I'm out.
I don't give a fuck. There's no way it's better than. No, there's no way. If that's the storyline and that's how the vampires and werewolves are, and Jacob versus Edward for the love of whoever her face is, and then she gets pregnant, has a baby, then Jacob they call it an attachment, like dogs. I'm your protector now, but they made it creepy, like he was in love with the baby, like the baby's gonna grow up and they're gonna get married.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I fucking hate Twilight.
Oh,
we got a question. Do you believe they didn't end this series earlier? They took it too long. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, he hates Twilight. I don't like it either. I only watched the first one.
There's certain movies where you go, they should have stopped here. But it's your job. You want to make money.
Okay.
So the person
I'm going to be honest.
They're going to milk them. They're going to milk the shit out of them. I believe they stopped with Underworld though, but Resident Evils are still can come out. I didn't hear about a new Underworld, but you can hear about a new animated Resident Evil coming out.
Animated take a little different than live action though. Animated take a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because
I'm just saying they didn't make an animation of Underworld.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, just in general, I'm saying like if they were to make an animated of Resident Evil now versus a live action, I'd prefer the animated. Same with Underworld, like a really good dark animated series. I wish they would do it. Do a series.
I'm going to tell you right now, one of my favorite types of vampires. It's the aggressive ones. Like, was it 28 Days Later? Is that the movie's called?
I think so.
Because I know I mix it up with another movie sometimes because there's a number in the title. It's like 28 weeks, 28 days later. It's one of those. Those vampires are vicious. That's how vampires should be. They come in packs and just wipe through a town, destroying everything. That's more scary than vampires going around, going to dances and shit. And they're going like, oh, and they're like milking, they're like sucking up to the girl, like, oh, I want to suck your blood. Don't get me wrong, Dracula and everything is good, but when I want violence, I like vicious vampires.
This guy.
I said that. I think it was during when I first time I seen Rise of the Lycans. I was like, well, be badass.
Different franchises, but they should have it. It would be a nice crossover.
Because it could be a crossover. Because in the kind of way it is, it could have went like more into the future or something. And Blade, that's the new hybrid, not hybrid, the new species where he can go in the sun, and that's why they started turning and tracking him. They want him and his blood. It could have went that way. They could have crossed over, like he meets Celine.
Yeah.
And but because she's different than the other ones, they team up and they just fuck people up and shit. That would be pretty cool. 28 days, that's it.
No, that's zombies.
Wait, no, that's zombies. What's the vampire one? You know what I'm talking about, Aaron? Didn't we review it?
I don't remember which one it was, but I know of one. You know.
But yeah, those zombies too. Those crazy, like when zombies can run and shit.
No.
That's insane. That's when the like if you put yourself in that scenario, like Walking Dead, like the ones are they're like you're still scared in a way, like if it was real life, but you have a better chance. They're slow. But if you go outside and you see like 5 of them and they start running at you, that's it. 30 Days a Night. Thank you. I knew there's a fucking number in it. These number movies always
throwing me the fuck off too. I forgot there was a damn 30.
Yeah, 30 Days a Night. Those vampires are crazy. Yeah, it's in Alaska. Yeah, it's during the snow. Yeah. I guess Alaska's not safe for vampires, but maybe zombies. There's no zombies there.
You got one.
We'll find out. Actually, you think they're going to tell the story, or are they gone for now? You think they're going to come back to Claire and everything in the next movie? Or you think it's just going to be Alice by herself with her army going to fuck up Umbrella?
I think they'll meet up again. I feel like they'll meet up. If not, yeah, they're going to meet up again. I don't think she's
See, I don't know how the games go with Claire, how long she survives, but it could end up she goes to Alaska or something and she finds out it wasn't isolated and everybody's dead.
We'll see.
So
interesting.
We'll find out.
It'll be interesting. But we'll be back at this time. Well, no, 8 o'clock next Thursday. Right over here on Horror Listeners 30.
We discuss the next ones.
Talking about the next 2 films, which is, let me bring it up one more time. Resident Evil Afterlife and Underworld Endless War.
I don't think I've seen Endless War. If I did, I don't remember.
I see now again, I this is every Resident Evil my first time. Every the other movies, Underworld movies, second time.
Yeah, you watched them with your wife.
So going through them again. Good times. But I hope you guys are out there checking out or watching or just getting a rewatch on season 1 of The Last of Us, because it is going to be out April 13th.
Yeah, I can't wait. The wife even likes that, so we watched that together.
Yes, I've been doing a rewatch with the wife as well, and I feel like everyone else should definitely do a rewatch if you plan on watching season 2, just to get a nice refresher. And I have it set so my rewatch is going to end the Friday before that Sunday, so it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, you're right. That's how they traveled. They sleep in boats
and their
go to a
and
new
stuff,
land.
right? Yep.
Well, I don't know. 30 Days a Night, they had coffins. I think they just went like below deck.
Okay.
They hide, or like in the houses, they go in and they shut the windows and everything until it's nighttime again. Yeah, but yeah, it's I like that style. It's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for joining, Grandizer. Thanks for a lot of talking back and forth.
Oh, definitely appreciate that. Definitely.
Thanks for Troy stopping in.
That.
So who else stopped?
80s horror.
I think it was. Yeah, it's 80s horror. Thank you.
Anybody that's watching now or that's gonna be listening in the future, definitely appreciate y'all.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate it. It brings up more conversation. We like talking.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Boom. Just to let you guys know what's coming up this Saturday on Popcorn and Pints at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. James Bond 007, The Living Daylights, and James Bond 007, License to Kill. Our introduction to Timothy Dalton in these two films.
Yeah, new Bond. We got rid of. We're off of Roger Moore. So far, the best
by
one.
far, too, in my opinion. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna laugh. The next one. We watched the next one. Did you watch them already?
I'm gonna start watching them tomorrow.
Watch it be like how Chris felt with that one after Connery. He hates the fucking guy. You're gonna be like, these ones suck.
I hope not, man. I hope not, but we'll see. I'm going in there with positive vibes because the majority of the films I did enjoy.
Well, thank you. It's more knowledge when Trevor and Mick are on the show. Trust me, I'll admit it.
Listen.
I don't have that much knowledge.
No. Stop that, James. Stop that. Because you have a lot more knowledge than you give off. We both do. They may have a lot more and a deeper knowledge of it, but we have a ton of knowledge to give off and a ton of insight to give off that we should as fans, because we're all fans of it. But
I have a tendency to forget actors' names unless they're like really popular.
Same here.
Directors. Like I don't even know if the director switched.
But I'm good at the movie portion of it. Talking about the movie, I'm good at that. It's just everything else.
Yeah, talking about the movie. Yeah. I think about the scenes that pop in my head.
Yeah.
Then I break them down
a
little bit. But thank you for the compliment. And thank you for liking the our channel.
Greatly appreciate it. Show. Greatly appreciate you, Grandizer, and everyone else that is here. Yeah. But we are gonna wrap this one up. So please again hit the link. Check out Horror with 30.
Join next
week. Be here next week at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be here this Saturday over on Popcorn and Pines at 9 o'clock. Talking some Bond. So come join us, come bond with us, and
no, I have not.
No.
We have you did interviews in the past. I don't know if I might have been on
a couple. You were on a few, especially like more so the indie ones that I did.
Yeah, but, the indie ones. But if it comes down to it, like in the future, if people wanted us to fucking interview, hey, we'll do it.
I don't think he did see it.
Which one?
Let me see if he'll let me go back to it.
How about there are a whole bunch of pussies?
Hang on.
I hate Twilight. I'm sorry. Like if I was in that movie, I don't give a fuck if he's a vampire or not. I would have punched fucking Edward right in the face.
Hang on.
I would have set him on fire myself. So that's how vampires die.
David Scow.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to look this dude up because Trevor has a persona.
He does.
He has that professor slash director vibe to him.
That's what he says. He's talking shit about Twilight.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I can't remember. Did they even bite to suck blood, or is this the ones where they put their fingertips together and they go, "Oh, thanks for the fucking rush"? I don't know.
I think you're thinking of the whole plasma thing with Spider-Man and the vampire on there.
I don't fucking know. Or they drink a whole bunch of they drink glitter. That's why they
They
sparkle.
suck your blood through their fingers, or they take your plasma through their hands. With
Yeah, I don't fucking
no,
know.
that
Bunch of
was the
pussies.
cartoon thing, James. That wasn't Twilight. I think I don't know what they.
I don't know. But the thing is, I really don't know if Twilight bites necks and shit. I don't know. I can't remember. That's how much I hate it. But like I don't even know if they can turn people.
We're gonna wrap this one up though, people. So thank you again for popping
Yeah.
in here and stopping
Yeah, we're
by.
out of here.
Make sure you come check us out again on Popcorn and Pints. Come here again at Horror Research 30. Check out the Scene Snobs. Check out Troy Hill Talks. And we're on out of here.